WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. A committee in Lowndes County is studying crime and addiction in the community. Tonight's the second meeting held by the Crime and Addiction Task Force of the Lowndes County Community Foundation. Well, they're studying crime and drug addiction to see what services are available to help individuals struggling and to see what we as a community can do better to lend a hand to help those battling addiction. Arlene Weatherby, she works with community counseling and says statistics show Northeast Mississippi has the highest rate of underage drinking and prescription drug abuse.
We don't come together as a community to help stop this or to alleviate it, we're going to lose a lot more young people, and it is great to see people from all walks of life, young and old, different professions to come together as one to bring our community together on the prevention of prescription drugs and underage drinking and other drugs.
Tonight, the group, made up of about 20 folks, the group discussed what programs are available in surrounding communities to those dealing with drug addiction. Now, the group will schedule another meeting next month. The Northern District Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley is on a mission to improve cell phone signals in rural areas. Presley held a task force meeting with first responders in Lowndes and Oktibbeha counties to get feedback. Quentin Smith was at that meeting. He now joins us live with more from today's meeting. Hey, Quentin.
Yeah, Scott, the Federal Communications Commission, or FCC, has maps showing adequate cell phone service throughout the majority of the state. However, Presley says those maps are wrong. Now he's asking residents and first responders to help document the areas where the cell service is lacking and help spread the word that there's little connectivity.
Making a phone call on your cell phone seems to be an easy thing to do. However, in some parts of Oktibbeha County, it's actually a hard thing to do because of the lack of cell phone service.
We pretty well have got service most of the county, but we have some areas that are very weak, especially in the western end of the county because there's a ridge runs down from about Maben to Sturgis.
Kirk Rosenhan is the fire coordinator in Oktibbeha County and says poor cell phone service has been an issue in parts of the county for a while now. He believes weak cell phone service can actually hinder his department and residents if an emergency situation ever occurs.
Obviously, from the residential standpoint, especially if you've got a metal roof on your house, you can't get a call out. And that is a problem when you're calling for help.
If you was involved in an accident and you're trying to get medical attention or something and you don't have any cell service, then there's a problem.
This public safety concern is now sparking a change. According to this map by the Federal Communications Commission, high-speed internet is available just about everywhere in the state, meaning there are no dead zones in Lowndes or Oktibbeha counties. However, Northern District Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley says there are, in fact, a few dead spots.
Mississippians pay a cell phone bill, and we expect that phone to work. And so what we're asking and what the sheriffs and volunteer firemen are willing to help us with is to document these areas so that we can show the areas that lack cellular telephone service in these two counties, and we can report that to the Federal Communications Commission.
Presley is now asking first responders and residents to use the FCC Speed Test app on their phone to help document the dead zones in these areas.
How the app works is wherever a deputy sheriff, for instance, is sitting and they see they have no cellular telephone signal or very little signal, they can run a test on the smartphone app. And as they do that, it will show the download speed, the upload speed, and collect all the data about how that phone works in that particular area, including the actual latitude and longitude. So it is a snapshot in time of where you are and how your phone is performing.
Presley is asking everyone to send in their results from the speed test by November 15th. Scott?
All right, thanks very much, Quentin. Well, time now to get a first look at our forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Hey there, Keith.
Scott, a pretty nice day out there today. Some high cirrus clouds, and those clouds full of ice crystals, the sun coming on through those. And sometimes we'll get these little things that look like mini rainbows. Those are called sundogs. We had many of those spotted across our area today. Hopefully you saw those. Current temperatures right now cooling on down into the 50s in most spots. Oxford, likely one of the cooler spots again tonight, down already into the upper 40s, but widespread 50s right now. It's going to be a quiet night. Moisture and clouds back to the west. The moisture stays away tomorrow, but the clouds will be on the increase. We're looking at temperatures that will be warmer, though, with a southwest wind, mid to upper 70s in many spots, maybe some late evening showers. Your weekend forecast is coming up.
Well, we've reported staffing shortages and violence in Mississippi's prisons. Now we're getting an inside perspective. 2 female corrections officers are coming forward so the public can understand what's going on behind prison walls. Courtney Ann Jackson has their story.
These women aren't in the minority working as corrections officers in a Mississippi prison. 65% of the officers are females, many of them guarding men.
They prey on females.
In the time these ladies have worked in the state facilities, they've noticed the staffing shortage take its toll, and it's no secret to the offenders.
They know who's coming to work, when you're coming to work, and how many people are at work. So a lot of times they'll look for an open window to do different things like that.
Things like fights, riots, or threats against them. That leaves them scared.
Don't do this every day and every night. And then we don't know whether or not we're going to ever come home to our family. We just be taking a risk.
It's so many of them, you can actually have somebody come up on you before you know it and knock you out.
Some of the concerns are more than just dodging a punch.
Offenders who will urinate in cups or whatever they can get their hands on and will throw it on you if they're upset with you. I have seen one inmate who defecated. He just stool everywhere, and he smeared it all over the wall in the cell.
Commissioner Policia Hall said in a recent budget hearing that she thinks part of the ongoing contraband issue is tied to the predominantly female staff being threatened by offenders.
They will ask anybody to bring something, but like we were saying, you have to be strong enough to let them know from the get-go that you're not going to be involved in that situation, or they will ask you again.
They know money won't solve everything, but believe it will help in recruiting and retaining officers and better staffing the units. Their message to lawmakers:
put your suit up for a day and come see what we go through every day. And I guarantee it will be some changes made.
Commissioner Hall has requested more money from a legislative committee, in part to add more officers and provide better pay to those already on the job.
Some warming temperatures for the next 24 hours in Tupelo after tonight. Well, we get down to the 40s, but speaking of the warmth, back into the 70s here tomorrow for our Friday. Your forecast for the weekend is next. Stay tuned.
For WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Some neat little sundogs in the sky today. Look closely right there. We had a little bit of a rainbow, some of those cirrus clouds. You have to get these cirrus clouds shaped perfectly. They don't always do this, but if they're shaped properly and we get that light to come on through from the sun, we'll sometimes get those little mini rainbows right there in the form of a sundog. So be on the lookout if you see some cirrus clouds. This is our Alpha Insurance time-lapse camera network from Columbus, Tupelo, Vernon, Durham's Pharmacy, Louisville, Mississippi right there. And if you look closely there in Louisville, right under the S, well, under the O, I guess you could say, that was that sundog spotted down there. So pretty cool. We do have some cooler nights coming our way. Cool pictures, cool temperatures here. Later this weekend, 40 degrees or so Saturday night, Sunday morning, down into the upper 30s in some spots by Monday morning. Not to say we won't see some 30s there Sunday morning, but if you will be out Sunday morning, it will actually be the peak of the Orionid meteor shower. The moon's going to set at 3:57, so we're going to have about 2.5 hours of total dark, and that is before twilight. So you may see some meteors. Plan accordingly with those cooler temperatures. Let's talk about those temperatures here as we go throughout the course of our Friday. We'll warm things up. Mid to upper 70s southeast, lower 70s northwest. It would appear clouds increase. And as we get into your Saturday, a little bit cooler because we will have some showers coming on in here. Those showers back to the west right now. The cold front coming on in way up there in the Dakotas. That will be coming our way. So some of these clouds will fill in later tonight and during the day Friday. I think we stay dry in most spots during the day. By mid to late evening, especially across northwestern Mississippi, a chance for some rain. I think those high school football games that are scheduled tomorrow should be okay. The showers will come in really tomorrow night into our Saturday morning. They should be out of here by early to mid-afternoon on Saturday, so things are looking pretty good. On the backside of that, high pressure, sunshine, and some of those cooler temperatures we talked about. Tonight down into the mid to upper 40s in most spots here, so a cool night. And for tomorrow, back into the 70s as we go throughout the course of the afternoon. We should start off those high school school football games tomorrow in the 60s, so a little bit warmer than this evening. There's your 7-day forecast. Again, cooler temperatures coming on in, a lot of sunshine early next week, and by the middle of next week, a chance for some more showers. There's your forecast. More of the show after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. Every 3 seconds, someone is in need of blood. Here's more information on the importance of blood donation in our Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Sandy Kilburn, medical technologist and supervisor of the blood bank at Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. I want to talk to you about some facts about donating blood. Did you know that just 1 pint of blood can help save up to 3 lives? Donating blood is safe and easy. It is a sterile procedure and you cannot contract any diseases from donating. You must be 16 years old or older and weigh at least 110 pounds to qualify as a donor. Here at Baptist Golden Triangle, we hold a United Blood Services blood drive every 3 months. Here are some tips for getting through the donation process faster. Bring personal identification, preferably an ID that has your picture and full name. Some acceptable forms of ID include a driver's license, work or school ID, or passport. Bringing along your blood donor card will help you get through the registration process quickly. If you don't have one, please ask the staff to order one for you. Bring a list of all countries, cities, or areas you have visited with dates in the past 12 months. Wear a top with loose-fitting sleeves so that you can get your blood pressure checked. Make an appointment. Donors with appointments are taken before walk-ins. To make an appointment, visit the website, unitedbloodservices.org. Be a donor, make a difference. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
Happening this Friday is Baptist Golden Triangle's blood drive. Again, it's Friday the 19th, which is tomorrow at the hospital's outpatient conference center. Well, week 10 of the high school football season starting a little early. Football just never stops around here. Highlights from Mentachie, Baldwin, and Saltillo next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel.
In an attempt to beat the weather, multiple high schools football games came a day early. We'll take it, starting week 10 off with an appetizer. Saltillo Tigers at home in district play, facing off against Lewisburg. First quarter we go. Patriots looking downfield. Roll out right. He's going to throw downfield. Picked off by Wesley Mize. Wesley's going to step out of bounds. Look out, cameraman. But a few plays later, Jameek Murphy finds Caleb Agnew in the corner of the end zone. Look at the toe tap here from Caleb with a nice touchdown. 7-zip Tigers right off the bat. Lewisburg will get a field goal, so it's 7-3 after 1. So late second quarter, another turnover from Lewisburg. Jamarcus Smith falls on the fumble. He's going to set up the Tigers in some pretty good field position. And right before halftime, Murphy's going to keep it himself, rumble in for 6. Tigers up 14-3 at halftime. Saltillo rolls to the win, 28-10. To Mentachie we go. Senior night for Tatchie Tech, taking on the undefeated Boonville Blue Devils. And Boonville was not very gracious guest. Here early on, John Daniel Deaton finds Davian Price, fights his way for the touchdown. Boonville up 7-0. Hey, nice contingency of Boonville fans there cheering on the Blue Devils. Hey, they keep it rolling. Deaton to Price connection. Back at it again. Another house call. 2-point conversion would be good. Boonville just pouring it on at this point. Still in the first. Deaton sends one downfield. Not a bad guy to find. Dallas Gamble's just going to coast his way. Almost ran in backwards for the touchdown. Man, Boonville breezing by Mentachie with a final score 40-0 as the Blue Devils, they remain undefeated on their way to a division championship. Speaking of division champions, to Baldwin, Bearcats hosting East Union. This one deciding the Region 1-2A title. Early on for East Union, after a Bearcats fumble, Joel Wilkinson from 1 yard out punches it in. 2-point failed, so 6-0 Urchins. Baldwin's turn, off the play action. Mattis Ritchie finds a wide open Jacoby Williams for the catch, breaks a tackle. He's going to coast his way in for an easy 71-yard touchdown. Baldwin takes the 7-6 lead. More from East Union though. Ty Walton. He's going to find Colton Plunk. It's not a great name for a wide receiver. He's going to plunk his way, break a tackle. And this is no plunk play here. He's going to rumble his way. He's still on his feet. for a big first down into Bearcat territory. And then later on off the play action, Walton is going to find DeJuan Hubbard on the 11-yard pass. He's going to race on in for the 6 points. So Urchins take a 14-7 lead after the 2-point conversion is good. But more from Baldwin. Ritchie is going to be back to pass. But he's going to be picked off by Hubbard. And Hubbard's just going to race on in for a pick 6. East Union, my goodness, the Urchins up 22-7 at that point. They go on to dominate Baldwin 48-14. Baldwin's 5-year division title streak comes to an end as East Union is your Region 1-2A champions. Some scores from around high school football today. Tupelo, man, the Cardiac kids strike one more time. They're down 3-0 at halftime. Tupelo just goes on to outscore DeSoto Central 24-3 in the second half. They improved to 7-2, 4-1 in Region 1-6A. They got a pretty big game coming up next week against Horn Lake. Some other scores: Senatobia defeats Tishomingo County 44-7, and also Ripley falling on the road to Byhalia 35-10. As we get into the final couple weeks left of the high school football season. But also some JUCO scores. EMCC blanks Coahoma 47-0. Buddy Stevens 22nd shutout of his career. Casual there. Also ICC getting a big win 41-0 over Southwest. Northeast falling on the road to Northwest 31-7. And also East Central defeating Hines 17-14. And just as a reminder for tomorrow, our game of the week, the big one, Region 4-4A, or wide open at this point, Bonitoc and Itawamba AHS. Those two teams, combined with Shannon, are 3 teams at the top of that division, Region 2-4A. They're all separated by 1 game, so this is a huge matchup for both the Warriors and the Indians. We'll be live at 5 and 6 from our game of the week tomorrow. Hopefully to stave off any kind of rain. We got a little bit of appetizer tonight. But also, Eupora goes on the road to defeat Philadelphia 2 straight games. The Eagles are advancing to the slow pitch softball state championship. Guess what they'll meet up with? East Union on Saturday. What a time to be an Urchin. You win the division in football, you're going to a state championship in softball. That's it for sports. Last look at your weather is next.
Some warmer temperatures come on in for our Friday, a little bit cooler northwest and a few more clouds back to northwest initially. But we do anticipate a chance for a few showers tomorrow evening and late. I think those high school football games will probably be okay. Showers will clear out by early to mid-afternoon Saturday and more sun by Sunday and Monday.
Looks like a picture-perfect weekend in my opinion.
There you go.
Sounds good. Thanks, Keith. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.